18th, 2025 Township of Hamilton Committee meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by transmitting notice of this meeting to the press of Atlantic City, the Star Ledger, and the Atlantic County Record on January the 8th, 2025. Mr. Chief? Here. Dr. Nelson?
Here.
Mr. Vitale?
Here.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Here.
Mayor Schemter?
May we have a moment of silence for private reflection. Thank you. We have a couple of proclamations. One for Warren DeGrossa and one for National Service Dog Month.
Warren DeGrossa. First of all, I would love to mention that as a plumbing contractor, I have done various jobs throughout southern New Jersey, central Jersey, Delaware, and it was a pleasure dealing with this fellow for over 30 years. I have to say that. Is that what you wanted me to say? Okay, all right. Boy, dinner's at the park tonight. Here's the proclamation. Whereas the Township of Hamilton is proud to honor residents whose careers, character, and courage has left a lasting impact on our community. And whereas Warren Howard DeGrossa Jr., a lifelong resident, graduate of Oakcrest High School, class of 71, has dedicated more than 30 years to the service and safety of our township and region. Must say, he was on the undefeated team at Oakcrest. Thank you. Yeah, it doesn't say. Whereas Mr. DeGrossa began his career by funding and operating a successful plumbing business, which led to his public service as a licensed plumbing inspector in Ocean City before returning home to Mays Landing to serve as a plumbing and building inspector, eventually rising to the respected role of construction official for the Township of Hamilton. And whereas his commitment to public service extended beyond the office, including his time as a volunteer EMT with the Township of Hamilton Rescue Squad, during which he received the Valor Award on September 2nd, 2009, for heroically entering a submerged vehicle on Route 322 to remove a trapped occupant. And whereas Mr. DeGrossa's leadership and expertise also shaped public safety at the regional level through his work as dive team coordinator for the Township of Hamilton, serving as a public safety diving instructor, training and certifying dive teams from the New Jersey State Police and various municipal fire, police, and rescue units. Whereas a Patty Master Sub scuba diver trainer and, come on buddy, that too, Tooth, expedition diver, he has shared his passion for diving with generations of students, reinforcing water safety, discipline, and adventure. And whereas Mr. DeGrossa has served in leadership roles within his church, amplifying the values of faith, service, and recently celebrated 25 years of marriage to his beloved wife, Linda, a veteran of the United States Air Force and an FAA air traffic controller. And whereas together they have built a loving, accomplished family with 5 children, 11 grandchildren, each a reflection of their legacy of service, dedication, love. Gotta be a 2-pager, right?
I did all that?
I don't know.
Who do I got to pay now?
Huh? Whoever typed it up. Whereas the entire staff of the Township of Hamilton, including past and present employees within the Department of Construction, Code Enforcement, and Fire Prevention, express their deep administration, appreciation, and love for Mr. DeGrossa, whose mentorship, leadership, warmth have left them a lasting impression on all have had the privilege to work alongside him. Now, therefore, I'm not going to say that. I, Richard Cheek, not the mayor, on behalf of the Township Committee and residents of the Hamilton Township on this day, August 18, 2025, do hereby recognize and commend Warren Howard DeGrossa, Jr. for his decades of professional excellence, public safety leadership, and heroic service to our community, and extend our deepest gratitude and heartfelt appreciation for all he has done in support of the people and progress of the Township of Hamilton. Thank you.
They tell me I'm supposed to speak. Shortage of words has never been my problem. Maybe talking too much is my problem. I'd like to thank all my family and friends for being here to witness this wonderful occasion. And if you're not friends, it's only because I haven't met you yet. All right? But thank you all. I was astonished at my own accomplishments. And all right. God bless. Thank you. Look at that. Lost it just like that.
All right. It's a proclamation. Yep. For National Service Dog Month, which is next month. Whereas we believe in the joyful, transformative power of the human canine bond and inclusivity of all citizens. Whereas in the United States, 70 million adults have a disability and only 16,000 service dogs from accredited training programs exist nationwide, and the need is growing. Whereas Canine Companions created the service dog for people with physical disabilities 50 years ago in 1975, creating a new kind of support for disability. Whereas Canine Companions is a nonprofit organization that enhances the lives of people with disabilities by providing expertly trained service dogs and ongoing support to ensure quality partnerships free of charge. Whereas Canine Companions and their service dogs empower people with disabilities to lead life with greater independence by providing best-in-class training, ongoing follow-up services, and a deeply committed community of support. Whereas National Service Dog Month aims to educate our community about the benefits of service dogs and the laws protecting their handlers. Whereas the Township of Hamilton, New Jersey, continues to work toward becoming an inclusive community in which all citizens and their trained service dogs are embraced. Now, therefore, in recognition of service dogs and the adults and children with disabilities in our community, I, Deputy Mayor Carl Patali, do hereby proclaim September to be National Service Dog Month. I encourage all citizens to celebrate service dogs and be respectful of the rights to safe access in our community afforded to the adults, children, and veterans who lead more independent lives because of their assistance. And Time's up. Okay, moving on, addition, deletion of late agenda items to be considered for action tonight. We have additions. 7G, resolution authorizing person-to-person and place-to-place transfer of plenary retail consumption license number 0112-33008003 from Green Valley ML Country Club LLC to SFAL 2 Incorporated to be placed at 1855 Cates Road. And deletions, delete number 12, executive session, ACUA solid waste and recycling contract negotiations.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. Early public comment?
We have no one signed up.
No one signed up. Move on to discussions.
Mr. Deputy Mayor,
Yes.
I have to recuse myself.
Okay. Three A, we have discussion, fresh cut cannabis, presentation on amended project plan, and resolution authorizing execution of revised redevelopment agreement.
Would you like the developer to come up and
Sure.
do the presentation?
Absolutely. Come on down.
Whatever's easier for you.
My name is Mike. I'm one of the founders of Fresh Cut. So I'll just jump right into it. So tonight we can talk about just a little bit of background on the project, the changes that we've made from the original redevelopment agreement to this one, and then the next steps following up. You know, there's a brief presentation, then we'll open up for questions at the end here. So around this time last year, Fresh Cut entered into a redevelopment agreement with the township. In October of last year, our site plan was approved by the Township Planning Board. And then shortly after that, we submitted the approved plans to the Pinelands Commission, and they raised a couple concerns, particularly one around red-headed woodpeckers and preservation, the amount of preserved land that we had on the property, in a letter. So we went back and forth with them. You know, they responded to us in January. We went back and forth a little bit in February, and ultimately the decision was made that we were going to have to basically reduce the scope of the project, reduce the size of the building and the parking lot in order to accommodate the corridors of protected land that they wanted for the red-headed woodpecker population. So I just point out that the changes that we're making here are not to the character or quality of the building or any of the systems within it, you know, including the safety and security plan, the odor mitigation plan, but they're really just trickle-down effects of reducing the size of the building. So what we're here for tonight is approval to execute the amended redevelopment agreement, which encompasses these 5 substantial changes, one of which was already approved by the Township Police Department, and that's the safety and security plan. But the other 4 are the amended site plan, the architectural plan, the odor mitigation plan, and consolidated ownership structure. So, as you can see here, the original site plan, on the plan left, which is the southern portion, is facing south, and the bottom of the page, which is the eastern border, the original clearing line went pretty much all the way to the property border, and the Pinelands Commission was requesting that we have 100-foot corridors around the entire north, east, and south borders. Obviously not the road because we had to clear, to the roadway, but it just, ultimately it wasn't possible to do with this size building, and the other land that you see around the building and parking lot footprint, those are all, stormwater and, bioretention swales. So, ultimately what we had to do is downsize the facility. As you can see here, we reduced the building from approximately 47,000 square feet down to 31. We've centered that so that we can maintain 100-foot corridors around the entire perimeter, and the parking lot was reduced because of the reduction in the building. We'll have less employees on site. The parking lot was reduced from 96 to 52 spaces. So here's just a quick side-by-side. As you can see, the cleared area went down by approximately 2 acres. The lawn and basin area went down commensurately. The impervious coverage went down, and the preserved wooded area went up. And as I mentioned, the building footprint was reduced, and the parking spaces were also reduced. The architectural plan, again, the building went from 47 down to 31. Number of cultivation rooms was pretty drastically reduced. Dry rooms and some of the post-harvest processing spaces remained mostly the same. And again, the employees on site went down pretty significantly. For the odor mitigation plan, it was designed by the same air quality technology company that we had used previously, Bayer Scientific. They're very well known in the cannabis space, and they're definitely a top player. This odor mitigation system was specifically designed, as are all of them. They're custom solutions, based on the cubic footage and the layout of our floor plan. And again, we've used some of the most advanced they produce some of the most advanced odor mitigation technology in the market. We have a performance letter that's, I believe, attached to this redevelopment agreement that was issued by Bayer, certifying that the performance standards that were met the last time will continue to be met as part of this. Again, it was just, because the building shrunk, we had to tailor the odor mitigation system to that building. As supplement to the odor mitigation plan, we have standard operating procedures that not only comply with the township ordinances, but also, the state regulations around odor. And the full plan is attached as an exhibit to the redevelopment agreement. And then this last change that we made was really just kind of a business decision, because we had a smaller footprint, a smaller building, much, a reduced budget. It made sense to consolidate. So we have a development partner who originally, in the original redevelopment agreement, contemplated 2 separate redevelopers, and we were going to be the operator redeveloper. Grep Cedarwood, who is the subsidiary of the developer for this project, they were going to be construction redeveloper, and we were going to enter into a very standard tenant-landlord relationship, lease agreement with them. So they were going to build the building, own it, and lease it to us to operate it in a 15-year lease. With this new budget, and because the project's been delayed again, just some kind of standard business reasons, it made sense for us to consolidate with them. So rather than 2 separate entities where they own the building and lease it to us, they're actually just putting an investment directly into Fresh Cut. We will obtain the construction financing, the construction loan to build the building, and then we'll move forward kind of as one company. And then this last one, just to highlight, again, this was already sent to the chief of police and was signed off on, but the safety and security plan, character and quality of it still remains the same as what we had agreed to the last time around. We have a security consultant, Growth Security Solutions. They've designed security systems and plans for dozens of cannabis facilities. Use industry standard security design, and they ensure it complies with all state and local regulations. Just some highlights of the plan. There's approximately 50 camera locations and a number of other physical security systems, access control doors, door contact sensors, glass break, motion detector sensors. So it's a highly secure facility. And one of the I'm going to say concessions, but one of the features of the security plan that we agreed to with the town was during the last planning board process was to include a perimeter security fence and a gate at the front entrance, and that remains intact. So again, just highlighting here that this has already been reviewed and approved by the police department, and the copy of that email thread that them giving it the thumbs up is attached to the RDA as well. So upon approval for us to move forward with the redevelopment agreement and these changes, we'll proceed with the Township Planning Board for amended site plan approval and all the other required government approvals. We have to go back to HTMUA and Atlantic County Planning Board, etc. And then once we receive all of those governmental approvals, we'll submit back to the Pinelands. We do actually we've asked them to opine on whether or not this plan, take a preliminary look at this plan and make sure that it complies with the standards that they would like to see for the corridors, and we do have a letter from them indicating that is the case. So fingers crossed, when we get through this and we submit back to them, everything will be kosher. So that's it for me, but I'll open up if you guys have any questions.
Just have one question. What is the approximate development cost? Because now it's smaller. I'm sure it was more before. What is it now?
Yeah, so cannabis facilities are very capital intensive. The previous budget was total project budget was right around $30 million. This building, we're just north of $15 million. So we reduced it quite a bit.
In half.
Roughly in half, yeah.
I just wanted to point out a couple additional things just for you to be aware of. So obviously all the changes are accurate that he went through. The one additional change, just before I have you applied for your license, for your municipal license yet? No, okay. So you will have an opportunity to review the ownership at the time they actually apply. But one of the things that they are proposing is to change the ownership from the original who applied for the letter of the endorsement, which was originally Matthew Badofsky, Jordan Law, Michael Law, and Daniel Badofsky. Those were the four main players. With this new structure, they're proposing to have those same four players, but also add Greep Cedarwood, who was the original construction operator, to have a larger percentage of ownership.
Majority.
No, well, not really, because
33%.
yeah, 33%. But I believe Matt, Michael, Daniel, and Jordan collectively would be pretty close to, if not more than, the 33%. But yes, Greep would have a larger percentage, and they're also proposing to have some passive investors and employee stock options. Both of which would be less than 5% owners.
This is
max.
10%.
I'm sorry?
This is employee stocks are 10 and passive investors are 14.
Yes.
So you're saying that no single employee can have more than 5%?
Yes, that's in the redevelopment agreement, yes.
Is that in your charter? And then for the cedar, you're calling it cedar grape?
GREP Cedarwood?
Okay. Is it, you call it grape? Is that what you're saying? Grape? Okay. From a legal perspective, does the owner or the majority owner of that company need to have the license?
The majority owner I would think you'd want to vet that
Yeah.
person. He is, his name is escaping me, David Greek, and he is, I believe, represented to be 99% owner. So he is the majority owner for that. So yes, I would think you'd want to review his ownership as part of the application when it comes.
And is there a sort of percentage that triggers vetting? Like, is it if an employee owns 5%, are they in the law that they are a substantial owner? So do they have to be vetted at that point?
So under the CRC regulations, anybody who's a passive investor they need to be disclosed and sort of approved in an application. But I don't know that I don't think they need to be submitting an application any time, or maybe they do. Actually, I think they do. But anyway, 5% owner, they're less than 5% ownership, and they have no control or operational responsibilities for them. So they're really kind of like somebody behind the scenes.
Mhm.
But
No more than like a bank would be.
yes, but the CRC does require anybody who is having any kind of financial agreement or financing agreement to submit those agreements to the CRC for review. So the redevelopment agreement doesn't, and of course your new licensing laws requires anytime you submit something to the CRC, you would have to submit the same thing to you guys.
I just have one question. You said there were 4 people that was ownership plus green.
Yeah, the GREP, yeah.
Only reason why I was asking that because there's only 3 people listed. in the
Page
paperwork.
2, top of the page.
I'm sorry, which document are you looking at?
Yeah, go to the second page.
Yeah, section ownership equity.
Oh, so maybe they didn't. All right, so I'm
I
sorry.
just wanted to make sure that name was added, whoever.
All right, so I can tell you the original one was Matthew Badofsky, who is, and I don't know what it was on your initial, their initial application, but they have them listed as 41.4%, Michael Law as 41.4%, Jordan Law as 12.5%, and Daniel Badofsky as 4.66%.
Dave. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, I believe, maybe Daniel Law was probably the added name, if I had to make
That
a
was
guess.
the original. That's
was the
not
original?
new
So who,
percentages.
that is what they're claiming are the current percentages.
Right.
So I don't know if that's the same as when they applied for the letter of endorsement or not, but that is who they are claiming as the current owners.
Initial.
Right. So it's David, Matthew Badolowski, Michael Law, Jordan Law, and David Greek. Okay. And then in addition to that, it will be the green.
I guess I don't understand the point of us approving based upon some percentage, because at the end of the day, all we care about is that they're licensed when they're required to be. So I guess I don't know how comfortable I feel about approving percentages of ownerships, because I'm not sure how that applies to our concerns.
So this is for purposes of the redevelopment agreement to move forward with allowing them to construct the building. Whatever we're going to be required for you to approve their license, they will have to submit a separate application. You'll have to do your vetting of that application at the time they submit it. So if they make changes between now and then that'll have to be reflected in their application, and you will go through your regular application process for issuing them the license.
Okay, I'll put it a different way. So these numbers on here mean nothing to us from a perspective of being any part of our approval here, right? It's just that we're acknowledging that you are making a change.
So those percentages are there to let you know that they're going to be making a change, and you are approving that change for purposes of this redevelopment agreement.
But yeah, that's it, right? So I mean,
But basically, we're approving the modification from one size to half the size.
Yes, and also changing from 2 redevelopers to 1.
To 1.
And then the only other thing that I wanted just to mention is that in the size of, so while the size of the building has shrunk, in the building they're proposing to produce about a 3,600 square feet canopy, but the building will have room in it to grow larger. And there is a process. If they want to grow larger, we are required, and the redevelopment agreement requires them to operate for a period of years, 2 growing cycles at full capacity, whatever they are anticipating that to be. But right now they're anticipating that as 3,600, and if they want to go larger, they're going to have to certify at some point what their maximum canopy size is, and that's what's going to be the basis for their license, and to make sure that whatever odor mitigation plans there are is consistent with that.
Yeah, so that was my other question, was when they decide to expand, because there was that if statement in here, then they will come back to us and say, we're wanting to expand, and here is the equipment we're going to use?
So 2 things, yes, we would, if they require an amended odor mitigation plan because the size is bigger, then they would have to submit that to you for your approval. If under the draft licensing agreement or licensing ordinance that we are going to be considering later on, if there's a change in the size of their production, that would require an amended license application to be submitted. So you'll get 2 opportunities to review that.
Thank you.
Nothing else?
Nothing else.
So what is committee's pleasure?
I so moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. We have a roll call vote, please.
Yes.
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 You welcome.
I think,
Sure.
no, the next one he can't be on.
No.
Just 2 more. Here, 2 more he can't be on.
Okay, public hearing and adoption. We have ordinance 2111-2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 135, Cannabis, relating to cannabis licensing and providing for an amended application process.
So this ordinance is designed to address when there are changes that might arise between the licensing, the annual licensing. So right now, under your ordinances, there's an annual license that they have to submit, and it gets renewed every year. But as we discovered in this process, that there may be times where they want to change mid-year. And so we proposed an amended ordinance that addresses the filing of an amended application for those certain changes. So like I said before, it would involve changes in size of production, changes to the odor mitigation plan, changes to the safety plan, changes to who is owning the business. This way, owning the license. This way, it gives you an opportunity to review it and make sure that it's still consistent with your regulations and what you want to see for these facilities.
But this is basically cleaning up,
Yes.
right, for what we just done.
Yes. Well, I mean, yes.
Kind of,
and-
sort of. So we should
kind
have
of.
done this first and then.
Yeah, and we realize that this is probably going to come up with other people, not just this particular applicant or this particular license or potential license holder. So this is just to make a uniform standard for when they have to come and submit an amended application.
It's the committee's pleasure.
I move to close public portion.
That's right. My bad. This is a public hearing. Anybody wish to speak?
Move to close.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to close public. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against?
I move to approve 4A.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Introduction of ordinances. Public hearing to be heard September 2nd, 2025.
You can get Rich.
No, this,
He had the circle for some reason. This is not a cannabis thing? Okay, yeah.
yeah, this is still cannabis. Introduction ordinance The Township of Hamilton, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, amending ordinance 1964-2025 for codification purpose only.
Explain.
Deputy Mayor, if I may, as Township Committee knows, once you adopt an ordinance like the ordinance that you just adopted, it goes through a process where it gets added to the Township Code by what's called codification. That means it goes out to the company, and they take the language of the ordinance and they put it into our code, so it adopts its specific language. When we were going through the update under the prior ordinance, we realized that the ordinance in 2021 that added cannabis into the code, which was ordinance 1964-2021, was erroneously not codified into Hamilton Township Code. So in other words, it's in place, it's enforceable, but it just wasn't added to our website or book under the code. So going through that, we realized because of passing of time over the last 4 years, part of the codification process for a new part of our code would be adding a separate chapter or section. But because of the modifications and change over time, by just sending that ordinance back up to the codification company, there would be offsets in the subsections that would not flow properly. So this is just cleaning up that erroneous application of not going through the codification process by adding the section of that ordinance to another article. So it's just bringing it down for the numbering purposes in the code. I can put forth to the committee that there is no language changes in that ordinance, so it's verbatim, word for word. We're just doing this as a part of fixing the codification error.
Thank you.
I move to. This is. Okay, yeah, I make a motion to introduce 21/12/2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now we can get Rich. Thank you. Good, Rich.
Where we at?
5B.
5B.
Five B, introduction ordinance, Township of Hamilton, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, authorizing the acceptance of a deed of dedication from Horizons at Wood Landing Homeowners Association Incorporated. Just a little background.
Yes, Deputy Mayor. Under Title 40, whenever a qualified private community wishes to turn the roads over to the municipality, goes through what's called a dedication process, and that involves the township engineer going out and making sure that the roads are built and conform to municipal standards, and if they are, by right, they have the ability to turn them over to us. So we did this with Horizons Woods Landing, and we're with the township engineer to go through it. At this point, phases 1 through 4 for that community are ready for dedication, which is the ordinance that's in front of the committee tonight. We're still working on phase 5, so that should come shortly down the pike, but the 1 through 4 are ready. So this is an ordinance to accept that deed for dedication and be able to turn over the streets in that community.
Very good. Any questions?
Yes. So when you're talking about dedication, we've talked about this. Can you repeat dedication? That's what the deed of dedication.
So a deed of dedication is the process by which private roads are turned over, dedicated to the municipality. So the roads in that, or the streets in that community, the right of ways are being turned over from being private to the township for maintenance and ownership. So that's what we're doing, those roads. And if you look in the deed of dedication, it lists out all the specific roads that are being turned over to the township.
Will we be responsible? Because at one point there was discussion about snow removal. That they wanted to do snow removal, but turn the streets over to us. Are we going to be responsible for everything, or are they still wanting to be responsible for some of it?
That's a good question. It's something that we looked into So when the streets are public under the Kelly Act, they have private contractors do the snow removal, and we reimburse them. Once these streets are dedicated to the municipality, we are responsible for the snow removal. So we will be doing that through our contractors at the point where we go through adoption, next meeting for the dedication. So it won't be through their specific contractors after that point.
We're responsible.
That's correct. Yes.
Does that add more money to our budget?
Arguably, they were being reimbursed for private contractors to bill anyway, so the money was still coming through the township for Maples. Still coming from us.
Right. Thank you.
I have a question. Bob, is there a zero punch list on these streets that we're turning over? They're turning over.
These performance bonds have already been released, and we're actually in the process of inspecting the development for release of the maintenance bonds for phases 2, 3A, and 3B. So yeah, there's potential to be a punch list. There is a punch list for 2, 3A, and 3B, but that's irrespective of this. They still have a maintenance bond
That would cover it.
Right. So any of the deficiencies that we identify as a result of maintenance guarantee inspection will be dealt with before the township committee releases the maintenance.
And the maintenance bond, there's ample enough money to cover what issues you may find.
There were not that many issues. We've actually already did a punch list for all the work with the exception of landscaping and forwarded to the developer, and there wasn't a whole lot there.
Yeah, this has been going a long time. It's just okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? It's a pleasure.
Move to introduce 5B.
Second.
Motion a second. I have a roll call vote, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Moving on, 6A. Resolution to authorize second-year option bid 2021-04 fleet maintenance to Transdev, first vehicle, in the amount of $646,622.14, and non-target hourly rate $51.96, and non-target overtime rate $59.53 per hour. Questions, comments?
Question. This is a cooperative bid with the Hamilton Township MUA.
Yes, they opt in. They're time and material. They opt in time and material. So basically our rate. So the contract from last year to this year went up $17,500. I knew that was going to be one of the questions.
Yeah. It's this.
The overtime rate went up $1 and a little over $1. The non-target rate went up just about $1, a little over $1 per hour.
There is a significant differences in 2025 and 2026 amounts. Why is it so much?
That's how they bid it. They bid it with those options.
I mean, it was $39,992.65 for PW. I'm assuming Public Works. It's on the front page of 6A. And in 2026, it went from 2025, $39,992.65. 2026, $119,997.96. Significant changes from 2025 budget to the 2026. That's a lot of money. 2025.
If you look at, if you go down to the fourth page under 6A, you'll see the breakout from first year to second year.
Mm-hmm.
The cover page is where the CFO certified, those are the different lines he certified the money from. If you go to that fourth page, you'll see the change in the contract from first year to second year. Those are the numbers I was using. So the first year, last year, we paid $629,154. If you approve tonight, the total contract for this year would be $648,029.33.
Yeah, I got that part. It's not a large change when you look at it that way, but when you're looking at it from line item on the front page, there's significant changes.
It's just the different accrual accounts that came out of. And they only listed 4 of them for your, for whatever reason, they only listed 4 on there. But there are other accounts the money came out of.
I got it. Do you understand?
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
do. These are just the specific accounts and allocations that they pulled
Yeah,
out.
I'm not sure why they listed it like that on the agenda sheet. It's confusing, but that's why I steered you to the actual contract amount to show you exactly. So those are where he certified the funds on that first page, and it doesn't look like he listed all the lines. The contract only increased $17,500.
On page 4.
Yeah.
But when you look at it on the way that looks. Okay.
Front page is very confusing.
Very. And with this being a cooperative bid with the Hamilton Township MUA, I wanted to see what was, a lot of times when you bid with another entity, you can see a significant.
So we didn't bid it with them. They just jump on it for time and material. So yeah, same thing with the rescue squad and the fire departments.
Okay.
We didn't bid it as a cooperative. They just jumped on.
But it does say this is a cooperative bid. On page 1,
Cooperative.
6A.
So I would assume that MUA is just agreeing to these numbers.
Well, they probably added the amount of vehicles that the MUA has serviced, and put that number of vehicles in the bid document. So I guess technically it would be considered a cooperative bid. But again, the way they do it is time and material for them for their vehicles.
I move to approve resolution for the exercise of the second year contract for bid 2021-04.
I have a motion.
I'll second it. They're 3% is the increase. That's nothing in today's standards.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Abstain.
And Deputy Mayor Vitale?
Yes.
3 yes, 1 abstention.
6B. Resolution increasing the not-to-exceed amount of 2025 professional services contract to Rebecca Baldwin Esquire, Baldwin Ross Roy, and another name, PC, in-rem attorney in the amount of $20,000.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Consent agenda. What's your pleasure? Anybody?
I make a motion to approve items 7A through 7F.
Don't we have G in there as well?
Yeah.
Or G, I'm sorry, late entry, G, and G.
Motion.
One second.
I'll second. Okay.
I have a motion and a second.
Question.
Have a question?
Yes. 7A. It talks about approving this solar and roofing, and in our ordinance it says that we're not supposed to be soliciting. So, can you explain? In this material said that they could solicit.
There's a permit and a license and application process for solicitors, so we do allow solicitors and peddlers. It's the exceptions and exemptions and the restrictions based on whether it's commercial, non-commercial, non-profit, whether they have to go through a licensing and application process. So the rules and regulations, depending on the group or the activity that they're engaging in, what they are. That's why they're in front of you for a permit and application process, because it's necessary for their approval.
So they can canvas. They are part of the canvas.
So, and I guess it goes to the terminology and definition. What's canvassing, soliciting? This is a soliciting application, rather than canvassing, which would be handing out materials without asking for something. For example, that would be canvassing, which has different regulations under the chapter.
Right.
This is for a soliciting application, because they're asking for something.
So they can go through the neighborhoods asking people to buy solar.
Yes, as long as they comply with whatever restrictions are in the code, as we just amended it. I think committee remembers that we changed that portion of the chapter. I think it was the end of 2024. So as long as they're going through the application process, approved by committee, and they follow the rules and regulations, that's correct.
Thank you. And I just have a question on 7D and E. Chapter 159 means that they can, the money's going into the right place for them to spend it. So I can put out, Chief, or I can't ask the Chief. Will something be going out to the public to let them know about the drive sober or get pulled over? Will there be a notification?
They'll be sending out a regroup notification to the residents.
Okay.
I believe there's already a sign out that says drive sober, get pulled over down by Starbucks and stuff down there. I think it's where it's on.
Yeah, you may not see that sign. So I just wanted people to, I mean, I don't drink, so I just thought that the public needs to be aware that this is going to
Yeah, it's not just drinking either. It's
cannabis, anything,
anything that can impair your driving.
right? I just think that the public needs to be aware that that's going. I didn't think it was proper from. I was going to originally put something out on my social media, but I think it looks better when it comes from the township. Okay, and I think that's it. The support and sustained traffic enforcement program grant. What is that? It's right under DE. That's my last question.
This grant came through from the county. I believe I talked to the chief about this. One of the other towns that opted into this last year didn't participate this year, so there was extra money. The county reached out, asked us if we'd be willing to take more money this year, and I said yes.
That's a good thing.
So they're going to do some extra traffic enforcement with these funds.
Okay, because I know like in EHT, like you can just be minding your own business and then all of a sudden there's all these police and you got to stop and they have these checkpoints. So I didn't know if it was something like that.
Yes, but I'm not going to disclose right now where the checkpoints are.
Okay, I didn't ask you to do that for it. All right.
Yes,
thank
that
you.
is what they're.
All right. Thank you. That's it.
I have a motion and a second for 7A through G. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. 8A. Authorize additional on-call responder compensation for James Jensen at $80.77 per pay period to cover a leave of absence, not to exceed 10 pay periods effective August 11th, 2025.
So moved.
Motion?
Second.
A motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. 8B, authorize additional on-call responder compensation for Charles Wilbert at $80.77 per pay period to cover a leave of absence not to exceed 10 pay periods effective September 8th, 2025.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Approvals. Minutes, regular meeting minutes of August 4th, 2025.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. I will abstain. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. Bills, bill list total, $2,024,809.21.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Reports, Mr. Administrator.
I have nothing to add.
Did I ask him a question on this?
You can ask him a question.
The Tessel Bridge, specifications for that, because, they just had a ceremony. And while I was there, people were asking me when was it going to get started. I should have said, I'm going to check and find out. I said within the next year, so I answered wrong. Can you please tell me where we are in the process?
Right now, the design engineer submitted their proposal and their design to the DOT. About 3 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago, they submitted to DOT for approval. DOT approved it, and we're hoping to have that on the next agenda for resolution authorizing them to do design.
That's good.
It'll take, I would think, 2 years from design to construction.
Okay. Just two more things on your report. The CDBG ADA playground equipment at the code. This has been going on for a while. Can you let me know where we are in the process of that?
So for this year's round of CDBG, we applied for ADA compliant equipment for the Cove. We haven't gotten an award letter yet. It's late. I did reach out to the ACIA last week, and they gave me the unofficial thumbs up on the approval, but we haven't gotten the letter yet. So
That's good.
once we get the letter, we'll be able to order the equipment.
And the last question on your report, Municipal Aid 2026, Municipal Road Phase 1. What road is that in Municipal?
That's the road. That's Misper Road. It connects 559 to West Point, which eventually goes out to Route 40.
That's it. Thank you.
Mr. Solicitor. Mr. Engineer.
Just one quick thing to add to our written report. The contractor mobilized over the weekend and started the storm drain replacement on the gravelly run that the committee approved last meeting. So just an update. Hopefully, next day or so, they'll be done. We'll be able to reopen the road.
Very good. Thank you. Dr. Witherspoon.
Yes, I do have a report. I want to say that the National Night Out was very great. I liked the change, being at Lake Lenape. It was different. Normally it's been at Gaskill Park, but I thought the chief and the staff, the recreation department, done an excellent job on National Night Out. I wanted to say that. I like the band, and they got over 13,000 views. I put it on my page, so I thought that was very, very nice. I went to the ceremony, the third annual ceremony of the tragic train accident, and they had a new marker that was put up at Gaskill Park. That was very nice. It's nice to commemorate people. It's a shame to do it when people are dead, but at least they've been doing it. This train wreck happened in 1880, but at least the people are still being remembered. And I really did like that. I was there at that event. I did go out in the rain today. And I was over at the Cove, you know, checking things out and seeing how things were. That's how I knew about the equipment. And just to see where things were with that, because we talked about this after the boat race last year. And the boat races, I'm not going to steal Carl's thunder because he's going to talk about the boat races. But I was at the boat races last year and noticed a lot of children, you know, at the Cove. So I'm just so happy that we got thumbs up, and I can't wait until we get the actual approval letters so the new equipment can go into the Cove. That is my report.
Very good, thank you. Mr. Cheek.
I as well was at the 1880 train accident last
You were
week.
at the accident?
Well, the place of the accident.
Okay.
The sustainability team did an excellent job.
They
It was
did.
very nice, wasn't it? And National Night Out was just as good. I'm echoing Dr. Witherspoon, but that's what we went to this period. I'd like to thank Public Works. I live on Pine Street, which is, there's a pipe that goes under, it's a dead end, a pipe that goes underneath the road. Public Works notified all the residents on the dead end side of time frame and day and everything, and you hit the nail, Chris. They told you wouldn't be able to travel through it from 10 to 2, and you were exactly right with that. It was a well-run machine, a very professional job. Today we were at the dam, and that's moving along really good. It's pretty impressive to go there to watch that. Then after that, I went to the landfill, and I was talking to the gentleman working there, and it was nice, really nice gentleman. And they told me to go ahead and take a walk through the landfill. Then they told me to watch out for the snakes. I drove through the landfill. And that's my report.
Very good. Dr. Nelson.
Thanks. I wanted to say that also National Night Out. Chief Berga, your team did a great job. I want to specifically say Nicole Dell did a great job, and Mike Tannum did a great job. I was going to put a letter out, and I've been lazy, but I'll get it out to you. But I wanted you, if you could please tell them my gratitude. They did a great job, as always. I want to say thank you to the schools. They provided the bus for the 1880 accident, and I think it went pretty well. And they were there to provide transportation for both directions, and didn't hear any complaints about it. School wanted me to ask for you all to cross your fingers. We believe they will be closing on Duberson in the next couple of weeks. All the permits and all the red tape have been taken care of that we believe is out there. All the approvals are done. Just really going to the regular closure. So it's supposed to be at the end of the month here. So they're hoping for it. On the 28th, they will be going out to pockets of neighborhoods and to pass out school supplies. And long story short, they are looking for some donations because their initial donations fell through. So if you feel that you want to give money towards that, please reach out to the school, and they will more than happy to take your donation. That's going to be on the 28th, and then also Kona is following behind that process and giving out free ice cream cones to the kids as well. So I want to put that out there. And then if you're interested in the school board, the next meeting is this Wednesday, the 20th. And that's all I got.
Can I ask you a question? You said that they were going out last month. It was the 27th, but this month is the 28th. And where are they going?
Yeah, you're right. I did say the 27th. He just told me the 28th. I just verifying it with him. He said that they're going out to like some of the like pockets of areas like the Woodlands, and then like out to was it Green Acres? I don't remember. I don't remember all the neighborhood names. I apologize, but
Green Acres, that's the place
Yeah, I know. Farm life, living this life for me. But I'll find out for you.
Yeah, on Facebook, I saw that they were going to be at they were advertising Oakcrest on
Yeah.
the 27th. So, but
Oh, 20.
yeah, I did see that.
Maybe he's got his dates mixed up, but I'll verify.
Yeah, and if you could just give me a
Yep.
list, because I would just like to know
Absolutely.
where they would be, because I would like to put that out on my social media as well to let people know that is that the school district is doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
PTA.
I know the school's doing it. School itself, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That it?
That's it. Thank you.
Since I wasn't here at the last meeting, thank you, Public Works. You guys did a great job putting those banners up for Hometown Heroes. My phone pretty much blew up right away. Where's my banner? Where's it? I'm like, ah. So I took a ride down there, and everybody asked. I took a picture and sent it to them. Now everybody was very pleased with that. It looks great. I think that was definitely a home run, and it's great to honor people who serve our country. So great job with that. And yes, thank you for not taking my thunder, but that's okay.
I wouldn't do it.
Boat races September 6th and 7th at the Cove, noon till 4. So please come down, check it out. Work real hard to keep this going. It costs a lot of money, and there's probably 20 businesses and that have donated sponsorships to keep this going. So it'd be nice to get some people out there and watch. It's a fun time. So there'll be a food truck. We have a food truck for Sunday, not for Saturday yet. So if anybody knows a food truck that would be available on Saturday, that'd be great if we can get that out there. But there's a few more boats coming this year. They open it up to the flat bottom. I don't even know what they're really called. They're out of Barnegat. There's 4 or 5 of those boats are coming down. So add on to the excitement a little bit. So looking forward to that. And I'm sorry I missed National Night Out. I had to work. I missed the last meeting because I had to work. But I heard everything went very well. People were sending me videos from my backyard of the fireworks that were going off in my backyard, but I was at work. So looking forward to see if that happens again next year there. I think from what I hear, everything went very well. So good job to the police department, everybody that did that. As always, you guys do a bang up job. Thank you.
The superintendent just wrote back to me. It is Oakcrest, Woodlands, and Meadowbrook on August 27th at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good, thank you. And that's all I have.
Oh, just one thing,
go ahead.
Deputy Mayor. We did get an email that there was going to be a ribbon cutting on the 22nd. I was waiting for Congressman Van Drew for the dam. Is that still in place?
Did you text Haddon? Did you hear
Yes,
back?
it is. I text Haddon. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, telling me one way or another. But
So
as of Friday, it was still.
Yeah, as far as we know, it's still on. I kind of didn't want to say anything. I'm afraid it might not happen because I don't know if they're waiting until the water is officially going over the spillway.
Yeah, so they're not going to open the spillway up for 28 days while the concrete cures. The downstream side, they pulled the coffer dam from the downstream side, so there's water up against the downstream side. It helps cure the concrete, but they didn't want to put any pressure from the lake side on the dam yet.
I'm very proud of this.
That
Township.
won't hold it up. I could look at my email real quick and see, but I don't. He hasn't gotten back to me. I sent him an email at 5 o'clock. So.
Yeah, as soon as if I hear anything, obviously we'll send an email out to everybody. Then maybe if it's definitely a go, we can send a regroup out and let everybody know who wants to come down there. But I think 1 o'clock on Friday, 1 p.m. Friday,
Right,
tentative.
1 to 2.
Okay, so there's actually a mistake with the date. He
Ah,
just got back to me. It's changed. It looks like it's September 22nd.
September 26th.
we got plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
We're good.
We'll have water over the dam by
Yeah.
that time.
Okay, September 22nd.
September 22nd.
Okay, not August 22nd. Same time, 1 o'clock.
Very good.
All right,
Thank you.
I'm glad I asked that. I didn't want to be the only one over there and no one showed up. But I'm really proud of this. I just want to say I'm really proud of the township, how we worked to help get this done. It was a long process, but it took 30 years to get fixed. And
About that.
about that, right? But it got fixed under our leadership. Somebody told me, Thelma, you're taking credit for a lot of stuff. I said, I'm on Township. We helped fix the dam. So I'm really, really excited about that with the Township and what we've done. And it started off with Deputy Mayor Carl Patali. He's the one who started everything, so I'm just glad that he persevered. And it's what's right for the Township. And thank God we didn't have no catastrophes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
There was a team effort and a squeaky wheel, but we got it. Okay. Open it up to public. Motion to close. Have a motion?
Second.
Have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
We will be going into executive session. We will not be coming out? No formal action. We will not be coming out. I have a motion to close and go into executive session?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.